Do you want to boost your rankings on YouTube and get more views and subscribers? In this video, I'm going to explain what audience retention is, the top 10 ways to boost your audience retention, and also how to monitor the performance of your retention on YouTube. Hello everyone, this is Herman Drost from drostdesigns.com. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, I appreciate you being a subscriber, and hit the bell notification, get future notifications of live videos. And you also get an email notification. So in this video, I'm going to explain first what audience retention is. And audience retention really means that it's the ability of your videos to keep the interest and attention of your viewers. So if they drop off, say in the first 15 seconds, that means that you actually lost the attention of your viewers. So that's why you have to try to grab their attention in the very beginning. And audience retention is there's two different types. There's absolute audience retention, and there's also relative audience retention. Now, the absolute audience retention shows the percentage of views for every moment in that video. So say if they're watching the video through the video and you see a drop off in your graph in YouTube analytics, that means they've left actually the video. Oh, good to see you, Sugar Money. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just explaining about the different ways that audience retention is going to help your rankings and to get more views and subscribers. So I was talking about absolute audience retention and relative audience retention as part of the audience retention. So absolute audience retention shows the percentage of views for every moment in that video. So if they're dropping off in the first 10 or 15 seconds, you might have a look at your thumbnail, your title, and then your intro of the video to see if that's all congruent, so that people can immediately get into your video. And relative audience retention compares your videos, the viewing time of your videos, with other videos of the same length. Oh, hi Alex, good to see you. Yeah, so relative audience retention, I've noticed recently that my relative audience retention has gone up. It's been over 50%, and I think that's a good thing to shoot for. Try to shoot for like maybe 60 or 70%. So you can see that in your YouTube analytics. So the relative audience retention is going to compare your particular video, the length of your particular video, with all the other videos that have the same length. So if you're getting, if you outdoing your competitors or getting higher than 50%, then your videos are going to be appearing in suggested videos, and also do better in the rankings. So that's kind of a good thing to shoot for. So definitely pay close attention to the beginning of your video, and if you see a sharp drop off there, then just make a goal to improve that retention at the beginning of your video. So if you notice in YouTube analytics, if your graph is higher, then that means you're keeping your viewers watching, and compared to the same time frame of other videos that have the same length. So one tip along those lines is not to compare yourself with other channels, because there's going to be other channels that are doing much better than you. They're going to have more views, they're going to have more subscribers. The velocity with which they get views and subscribers is probably much higher. They probably get better rankings. So the way I see it is, when like if you're in a running race, when you compare yourself with other runners, then there's always going to be somebody that's going to be faster than you. So same with your channel. There's always going to be somebody or several channels that are going to be doing better than you. But as in running, if you can beat your own time from the last time you ran, that means you're making improvement. So same with your channel. If you can improve your audience retention score from your previous videos, that means you're actually improving, and you don't want to compare yourself with other channels. So Otherwise you lose motivation and lose inspiration. Think, oh, maybe I'll give it up because it doesn't seem like I'm getting anywhere. But yeah, better to just compare yourself, try to better yourself from your previous videos. So let's look at the 10 ways to increase audience retention on YouTube. Number one is look at the pain points or problems of your audience. Try to identify those main problems or main pain points, or if you're into entertainment, what's the thing that can entertain your audience the best. But if you can identify a pain point or a particular problem of your audience and then address that in your video, then they're more likely to stay engaged throughout your video. So that comes, that really comes down from knowing your audience and asking yourself, who is really my audience on YouTube, so I can target those particular people. So number two is actually doing the correct keyword research. So if you can identify the correct keywords that pertain to the audience that you're trying to reach, then that sets the foundation for the success of all your future videos. And as I mentioned before, the best way is to try to find those low competition keywords. And if you just go into the YouTube auto suggest box and put your main keyword in there, you'll find a list of suggestions there. And I've also mentioned the tool, what's it called, answerthepublic.com. Then put your keyword in there and you'll find a whole bunch of questions that people are asking in your niche. So when you identify a good keyword phrase or identify the top 10 or 20 keyword phrases in your niche, then that people are searching for, then that's a good starting point for the success of your videos. And then you can also look at the top 10 videos in your niche surrounding that keyword phrase and see what kind of traffic, see how busy their channels are. And if they're getting a lot of traffic for those keyword phrases, that means you've kind of hit on a gold mine, and you just got to find different or low competitive keywords that still get traction, and so that you use those for your own particular videos. Then once you've done that, point three is scripting out the relevant content related to the pain points or the point of interest. So when you're scripting out your video, usually I used to script out the whole video, like write out the whole thing. But recently I found that if you know what you're talking about, you can just list a few bullet points, and then when you get in front of your camera, you can just do like a stream of consciousness, kind of talking about your particular topic, and then just go through the bullet points and try to expand upon each bullet point. But you want to try to keep the content moving, keep it interesting, keep it on point, and then use your video editing software to edit out the pauses, the long silences, the time when you kind of jumbled your speech, that sort of thing, and then you can end up with a really smooth video. So the key is actually to really stay on point when you're scripting out your video. But script out your whole video. Some people use teleprompters. I started to use a teleprompter in the beginning, but I found that you could notice that my eyes were moving, over the teleprompter, and people could see that you're actually reading, and that kind of takes away from the value that you're trying to get across. And then number four is begin your video with a hook. So you want to hook people in the beginning. Instead of putting like an animated logo or an intro at the beginning, try to use a hook like a question, or go straight into the video saying, in this video, I got 5 tips I want to share with you about how to get more subscribers. Whatever your niche is about. So that way, when people first come to the video, say from your thumbnail and to the title and then to your hearing the intro, they know straight away what to expect. And then following after that, you can quickly tell people to subscribe, ask people to subscribe, and then go straight into the meat of your content. So so the hook is definitely a needed point to, to get people to stay watching the video and stay engaged. Oh, hi, Mr. Channel, good to see you. Yeah, so we're talking about the top 10 ways to increase audience retention on YouTube, and you can put in the chat or in the comments, what are some of the ways that you're finding has worked with audience retention for your particular videos. What are you doing right now? What do you want to do to increase your audience retention? You put them in the chat comments or under the video comments under the video. But yeah, I mentioned about the hook. But after you've done the hook, you want to number 5 is share only the content that is necessary. So it's easy to kind of ramble on and on about your particular topic in your video, but then use your video editing software to maybe you can play it back to one of your siblings or one of your people in your family, and say, what is there something I can cut out of this video? Because you want to keep the keep the people interested. Mr. H Channel, hello from Rhodes Island, Greece. Yeah, good to see you again. So yeah, so only share the content that is absolutely necessary, and try to put yourself. I try to put myself in the shoes of the viewer, and if you put yourself on the other side of the computer, then would you want to listen to the content of that particular video? Of course, it will depend a lot on if you find it interesting or if you're really looking for points upon that topic. But that's why you want to really address the main pain point, pain point or point of interest that your viewer has, and you can address it in those points. So you want to kind of keep the video moving by just sharing what is necessary in the video. Alex says, I keep asking myself on and on how to keep the audience engaged if you don't appear in front of the camera at all and shoot no comment videos only. Must be a totally different approach. Yeah, I'm of the belief that people want to have a personal connection with you. So if they can see you talking instead of just not appearing on the video, then I think that's I think that engagement is actually a good thing. Of course, if you just do a talking head video and you're just talking all the time without moving around and that sort of thing, or adding a bit of B-roll, to chop it up a bit, that might be a little boring. But I think if people are focused on your content, and they can see you talking about it, and they can see that you know what you're talking about, I think that's more engaging than just showing a bunch of slides or a bunch of text. That's just my viewpoint. Mr. H Channel says, thanks for you on YouTube, gave me 5,000 views. And look at my channel. Yeah, maybe after this we'll take a look at your channel and see if we can give you some tips there. So yeah, let me just finish off this presentation. Maybe we'll take a look at your channel. It's NH Channel, is it? Okay, so yeah, so sharing what is necessary. Oh, one tip along sharing what is necessary, a great trick that you can try is when you're watching one of your videos, then push the number 3 on your keyboard, and that'll skip 30% of the first 30% of your video. And if you can still figure out what if it's still very clear what your video is about, that means that first 30%, maybe it shouldn't be there, or maybe you should cut down the intro of your video. So yeah, you can try that. Try it on different videos. Just press the number 3 button, number 3 key on your computer, and it'll skip 30% of your video. Then maybe I need to reduce the amount of fluff that's at the beginning of your video. And you definitely want to communicate the value from the beginning. So as I said it previously, is to tell what your video is about, and then maybe even repeat it a couple of times in the beginning. You can start off with a question or say what your video is about, and then try to rephrase it again at a later time, so people know definitely what to expect. And number 6 is using B-roll. As I mentioned before, if you can use B-roll, you can use stock images, or you can shoot your own images or video, then add that to your video as a video clip. You know, just put like a few seconds of a B-roll. I find that chops it up. You know, say for instance, you could have a B-roll saying, "Are you stressing out today about creating videos?" And you could have a person kind of, you know, getting stressed out, climbing a rock on a mountain or something like that. So it kind of, you know, it kind of causes kind of a pattern interrupt in your video, and that kind of resets the attention of your viewer, so they'll keep engaged as they go through the video. And particularly if it's like, you know, 10 or 12 minutes, 15 minutes long, you definitely want to keep them engaged with doing B-roll. So some of the places you can get B-roll, I use the pixels.com. You can get videos there, and you can get free stock footage. And another one is Pixabay. If you want to get free stock images, that's a great place. And I think unsplash.com is another one. Or you could just, you know, Google free stock images into Google, and you'll see them there. You can also use the CC video footage. That's in the YouTube video editor. You could download that. But I find some of those free stock video footage places online is probably good enough. You can also pay for stock images or stock video footage at what's that place? iStock Video is one of them. But you know, some of those stock footage you're paying like, you know, $20 for just a few seconds of stock video footage. So I just go for the free stuff, or try to, you know, build up a library of your own stock B-roll video footage. But definitely don't steal video footage from other videos, because you get a copyright strike. You might lose that video, or you might get your channel terminated. Top Shelf VA says, "Oh, good to see you, Top Shelf. You can also create your own B-roll while you are out and about by using your cell phone." Yep, that's exactly what I do when I'm out and about. Yeah, just you can create, you know, do some quick video footage when you're in the car, when you're out, you know, doing exercise, or, you know, just look for B-roll footage that would relate to the content that you're trying to produce. Shrimping Mommy says, "When you have time, can you show us how to put like a website address up on the video screen? I did use annotation notes on speech bubbles, but they took it away." Yes, annotations went away, I think, on May 2nd. So you cannot use annotations anymore, but you can use cards throughout the video. Oh, Amanda, yeah, good. Thanks for saying that, Amanda. Yeah, just use the cards is what you can use. And the last 20 seconds of your video, you can use the end screen to link to different playlists, or subscribe button, etc. But yeah, since it took annotations away, you can now you can use cards. The good thing about cards is that they're mobile friendly. And there's another way you can do it. If you're using the video ads campaign, you can use what's called a call to action overlay. I think they didn't take that away, so that pops up at the very beginning of your video. So pops up for about like 3 seconds, and that's also mobile friendly. Not many people actually know about that, but oh, hi Kevin, good to see you. Yeah, so you can you can use, I'd say cards is the best, or call to action overlay. Kevin Roy, okay, I got it. Yeah, so B-roll is great. Yeah, building up your own library, just making you know, short video clips is a good one. And let's see, I'm down to number 7 is linking to a playlist, either at the end, you know, or during the video. Adi Guthrie, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Sorry if I've messed up your name. Yeah, using playlists. So when we were talking about cards, then you have an option when you do cards. You can link to your own website, but you got to first get that website associated with your channel, and you can also link to your playlist. You can link to other videos on your channel, so you can do all those things. And there's also something called merch annotations, or merch, which is kind of like I forget the website, but there's a whole bunch of them there that you can use to link to, like if you have an online store or something like that. So I think it's I can't remember the ones, but you can also do crowdfunding through your cards. So in Indigo or Kickstarter, so you can do fundraising, through using cards as well. But yeah, concerning with talking about playlists, you can actually, to keep your people watching, or maybe there's a kind of if you watch your YouTube analytics and you see a dip there, then put a playlist in there that links to a popular playlist on your channel. So then when people go to that card and go to your playlist, they can binge watch, all the videos that are on that playlist. And I would recommend putting your videos into an official playlist. An official playlist is a playlist where YouTube actually recommends the videos that your viewers are watching based upon their viewing history. So that's different to a regular playlist. And so I would recommend using the official playlist, because that's more geared towards your viewers' history. And you can also put that particular video that goes into an official playlist, put it into other regular playlists, but you can't put your video into 2 official playlists. Top Shelf says, when you share a video you just posted, make sure it is in a playlist, then share the playlist URL rather than the video only URL. Yep. Yeah, one point along those lines is that is when you put a video in a playlist, I try to not put it in there right away, because like if you when you upload the video, you get a video URL, and then maybe a day later put it in a playlist, so it kind of starts a new session watch time. So maybe a day or 2 later, and yeah, if you can actually also promote the video playlist as well as the video URL. So just a couple of tips there. So yeah, regarding playlists, playlists are a great way to get people watching. In a previous video, I talked about session watch time. Session watch time is where people come onto your individual video, and then they'll keep watching more videos. If they go to a playlist, or even if they go to another channel and start binge watching videos on another channel, then you get credit. Your video gets credit for watching, starting off that session watch time. So it's a great way to even build, if you have a new channel, it's a great way to build up a new channel by putting videos, popular videos from other channels into your playlist, and then maybe create an intro video, that's your own video, that leads to the videos in that playlist. So the key there is to keep people watching, and the more that you keep people watching, because YouTube wants to make money, so they want to show more ads. So if you can keep people watching, staying on YouTube and watching more videos, then you get rewarded. So that's number 7 was playlists, and that's watching consecutive videos is definitely improves your attention time. And number 8 was making the thumbnail, title, and your intro congruent to the message that you're trying to convey. So because the thumbnail is the first click, so when you create your thumbnail, think about making it congruent to the title of your particular video, and then in the intro of your video, tell them again, what they're going to get in the video. So then it's really congruent from your thumbnail to the title of your video, and then on to the intro of your video. So if they go if they click on the thumbnail and say it's all about, say, dog training, or say how to train a dog not to bite, and then they go to your intro, or your title says how to train your dog, not to pee on the carpet. They think, well, hey, that's a little bit different to what was in the thumbnail, and then you'll see a drop off in the first 10 or 15 seconds. So try to make all those three congruent, and then when you get into the meat of your video, you're actually expanding upon the title that you've started off with. Kevin says, could you please suggest some affordable cameras for shooting YouTube videos? Well, I just use my iPhone. I got an iPhone 6. I would say, yeah, just use your phone if possible. If you don't have a phone, then I don't know what other kind of cameras, because I just use my iPhone for it. You can get a DSLR camera, but yeah, just do a Google search for the best cameras. I can't really recommend which ones are best, because I find that the iPhone cameras are good, or maybe if you have an Android, you can use that one as well. Number 9 is don't telegraph your ending. So when you're going through the video, try not to telegraph your ending by saying, well, that's the end of the video, and then because then they're going to stop watching, and watch time is the biggest ranking factor on YouTube. So I would maybe even avoid summarizing your video, because people can just rewind the video if they want to see it again. If they rewind, that means that you get more watch time, and they're staying on your video. So instead of saying, well, this is the end of the video, or I'm going to wrap it up now, then immediately people will leave. So instead of doing that, you can just go straight into your call to action, because when you're finished, when you come to the end of the video, you want to give a call to action. So I would say don't try to telegraph the ending of your video. So the longer you can keep people watching your video, the better, and that'll improve your rankings and improve the traffic to your videos. Top Shelf saying, keep the branding between all thumbnails. I know immediately at a glance what thumbnails at a glance. Yeah, that's a good point, Top Shelf. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, if you put if you create a different thumbnail for each video, then say you put them all on a playlist. When people view your playlist, they're going to see your suggested videos on the right-hand side. And if they all look different, then, oh, hi, G. Stanley, good to see you. If the thumbnails all look different, then they might think it's from a different channel. So, yeah, if you can kind of keep them congruent, maybe have your face in all of your thumbnails, or maybe have your logo in all the thumbnails. Maybe use similar colors. But the main thing is that people can recognize right away that those thumbnails belong to your channel. So then they think, oh, wow, this person's got a lot of videos on the same topics, and then they can just keep watching, instead of thinking, well, I'll go to now to another channel because they saw a different thumbnail. So yeah, that's a good point. And number 10 is Top Shelf says, I'm bad about telegraphing the end of the video. Something got to work on. Yeah, actually, I used to say that's it, but I kind of avoid saying that's it now in the end of my videos, because that kind of telegraphs the ending. So instead, you could, I would say, to counter that, counter the telegraph of the ending, would you could say something at the beginning of the video saying, well, stay to the end because I want to share with you a case study that emphasizes the points that I'm making in the video. So make sure you stay to the end to hear that. So that's often what they, that's what they often do at, when you watch the news. They say, well, make sure you stay watching because in the next clip we're going to talk about such and such. So that you're kind of teasing people to stay to the end. So you might want to try that. Shrimping Mommy says, I will make sure I don't do that. Always say we are nearly done. Yeah, I would say keep an eye on that. Kevin says, are you using the front camera of your iPhone? Yeah, I got no choice. Using the front camera of the iPhone, I assume it's okay. It's not. I don't think it's as good as the back camera, but have no choice. But I think it's good enough. So number 10 is monitoring your analytics. So, oh hi Daniel, good to see you. She's saying that you can also start. You can also start the video and say there's a bonus tip at the end. Yep, that's a good tip. Yeah, you can say your bonus tip at the end. I often think that, say for instance, when you say like, well, stay to the end, you'll get my checklist. Of course, they could get the checklist right away by clicking on the card, because that card icon is going to appear at the very beginning of your video. So if people are familiar with cards, they can say, oh, actually, I'll get the checklist now, right at the beginning, then they'll leave the video. So that was a good thing with annotations, that you could say, well, make sure you get my checklist at the very end. You could share it with an annotation at the end. The alternative to that is just, you can actually mention it in when you do the end screen. So just leave it for your end screen. So that would be avoiding the card, and then you can just put it in your end screen. So that only occurs in the last 20 seconds of your video. Kevin says, what is affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing is basically where you get a commission, where you're sharing, selling a product for someone else, and then you use all their tools and all their promotions, etc. But you don't have to build a website, you don't have to come up with a product, but maybe get 20% commission, or if you're on JVZoo, usually it's 50% commission. ClickBank's another affiliate product place where you can get affiliate products. So so you can get a commission for those. And that's a great way to make money besides using AdSense for your YouTube videos. It's just, a little bit like a sponsor, but basically you're not really sponsoring anything, but you're just using the, you're selling the product, and you're just making a commission on the product. So yeah, with number 10, you're monitoring your analytics, and you definitely want to look at your audience retention. So when you go to YouTube Analytics, you'll see the watch time, and underneath that, you'll see audience retention. So watch time is actually probably the top ranking factor on YouTube. So if you keep people watching all the way through your video, that's really good. And then if you can keep people watching not just your video, but consecutive videos on your own channel or on other people's channels, that's a session watch time. So when you go into YouTube Analytics, look under audience retention, which is under watch time, and then you'll see absolute audience retention, and the absolute audience retention, if you get the right definition, shows a percentage of views for every moment that occurs in that video. So the biggest thing there is, if you see that drop-off point at the beginning, or you'll see dips, during your video, then, put a card in there, or maybe have a goal. Maybe in the next 28 days, you can shoot for a goal. Say, I'm going to improve my audience retention by, improving the intro to my video. And then maybe in 1 month, you can see an improvement in your absolute audience retention time. And that means, your videos will rank better and you'll get more traffic. So my goal actually in the next month is to try to improve the relative audience retention. So yeah, if you go into YouTube Analytics and then go to audience retention, and you'll see the two tabs there, absolute audience retention and relative audience retention. And if you look under relative audience retention, this is the degree to which the number of people that are watching your video compared to videos of the same length. And so if you see that graph is over 50%, then that means you're doing better than 50% of other people have videos of the same length. So recently I've noticed that the recent videos that I've been doing have been getting over 50%. Some are higher, 60 or 70%. So you'll see, like, if you take like, say this is the baseline of your graph, and then it kind of goes, goes over, or say that's a 50% level, then if it goes up like that, it stays above the line, then that's actually a good thing, that your relative audience retention is doing very well. Mr. H Channel says, I just have 88 subscribers. Why? We'll try to take a look at your channel a little later, but it's usually just a ton of factors. If you're just beginning a channel, then it's going to be slow going at the beginning until people find your videos. But I would say the biggest factor usually is your keyword research. Keyword research is the foundation for success on YouTube, and so if you can target those particular keywords, and when you create a video, you want to target a keyword phrase that people are searching on, and try not to target a keyword phrase that is too competitive. So I've got a playlist. If you Google or enter into the YouTube search box how to find low competition keywords, then I've got my video should pop up there. So I would go for that one. So it starts off with keyword research. And Danielle says, Mr. H Chan, I'd work on your thumbnails and metadata. Yes, that's another thing. You just look at, as I mentioned before, the thumbnail. If you don't have a thumbnail that gets the first click, then people will not click over to your videos. So you want to craft, go look at your top competitors in your niche, and look at their particular thumbnails. You can actually even go, when you go to the competitors' channels, go to the boxes. I think it's at the top right for filters, and then you can search there, look for the most popular videos on that particular competitor's channel, and then look at their thumbnails. And then don't try to copy their thumbnails, but look at why that thumbnail gets your attention, and then try to craft a great video, a great thumbnail that gets the first click. So if you don't get the first click, then you're not going to get the second click, which is actually the title of your video. So that's a couple of points, but you can also check out, I've got a playlist that how to get 10,000 subscribers. You might want to check that one out. Top Shelf says, I'm such a horrible cell phone typer. Okay. Yeah, it's like me, I type with one finger. Daniel says, Mr. H Channel, looks like you have a travel kind of thing going on. Think about why people want to go to those places. Yeah, if it's travel related, then yeah, that's definitely a good point, Daniel. Yeah, if you say, if I was wanted to travel to New Zealand, I'd say I'd pick out the most popular places that tourists go, and try to emphasize that, or tell people why they should go there. What's the benefit? So when people come to a website or even come to a video, they're always asking, what's in it for me? What am I going to get out of this? So you want to, if you're your own target market, you can say, well, if I'm my own target market, what am I going to get out of this video? Instead of thinking, well, I think this is what my viewers would want to know about. But then if you put yourself in your viewers' shoes, you can say, what would my viewers get out of this video? And try to put yourself in a more objective position. And then if you're your own target market, that helps with crafting your sales copy for your websites and creating your videos, etc. Oh, good to see you, Dutchy Tech Tips. He says, I keep my thumbnail simple, which kind of is not working, as you said, but doing good thumbnails need Photoshop, as online service is not that great. And Shrimp Mummy says, I have to shoot off. Yeah, good to see you, Shoot Mummy. Keep up the good work. Only cope with tech stuff. Thanks to you. Big thumbs up. Yeah, thanks, Shrimp Mummy. Yeah, that's your tech tips. Yeah, with thumbnails, there's some online tool. You could use Canva.com is a good one for creating thumbnails. I think that's what a lot of people use. I bought a application called what's it called, Tube Slicer, and so I use that one. Yeah, just if you have a lot of trouble with thumbnails, you could actually just go to Upwork.com, and people, you can ask, what, say you could just put a ticket in there saying I want to get a good thumbnail, and then you get different bids, from different people. Or you can even try Fiverr.com for thumbnails. Just pay $5, and then if you can get the original file, say you get a good thumbnail done by Fiverr.com from a graphic designer, ask them for the original files, and then you can just use those original files to create all your future thumbnails. So it'll only cost you $5 or maybe $10 at the beginning. Dutchy Tech Tip says, add in a picture of your face. People click on the eyeballs. Yep, that's a good tip. Thank you. Oh, hi, Mike. Good to see you. Just go here. I don't know what you mean by just go here, Mike. Dutchy Tech Tip says, I use templates. And Mike says, I use TubeBuddy for thumbnails. Haven't tried that, Mike. But yeah, it's another option, the TubeBuddy extension. TubeBuddy.com, or I think I have it at isitebuild.com/TubeBuddy. But they have a thumbnail creator. You can also, if you're using a Mac, you can create your thumbnails in Keynote, or what is the other one? Yeah, I think Keynote's the one. It's another opportunity out there to create thumbnails with that. So yeah, Canva.com, TubeBuddy.com. What's another one? Well, Photoshop, of course, if you have it, but that might be a bit more complicated. Dutchy Tech said, when I start a playlist, I don't want to change the thumbnail templates. Yeah, that's true. If you've got like 20 videos in those in that playlist, then it's going to take a lot to change all the thumbnails. So best to keep them congruent all the way through. PicMonkey, that's another good one. I think what's the other one? I can't remember. Oh, Pixlr. Yeah, Pixlr.com. So PicMonkey, Pixlr. So yeah, there's a lot of different online tools you can use for that. So yeah, we were talking about relative audience retention. So if the graph shows a higher than 50%, that means your viewers have kept watching the video all the way through compared to the same time frame as other videos. Other videos from other people that have a similar length. So that's actually a good sign. Good thing to do is to look at that relative audience retention graph, and then it's going to indicate how many people are still watching all the way through your video compared to other videos of the same length. So if you have a goal associated with audience retention, I would look at the relative audience retention and try to do better, try to get above 50%. And if you can get above, if you can get 60 or 70% relative audience retention, then you're going to get more videos, more of your videos are going to be suggested, and also you're going to do better in your YouTube rankings. So that'll think be a good, and then look at that over maybe 28 days. Question here from Alex: what do you think about Patreon? I think Patreon's great. I think if you're first starting off, Patreon maybe not a good thing to. I think you've got a lot of views and subscribers, then a lot of committed views, a lot of committed subscribers. Patreon might be the way to go, but I think you definitely need a loyal following for that. And if they've, I've got a video about what's it called? AdSense, was it alternative monetization strategies? I talked about 21 different monetization strategies compared to AdSense. So instead of using AdSense, you can use all these different strategies. and one of them is Patreon. But I've never used Patreon. But I know that like Tim Schmoyer and Daryl Eves, they got 300,000, 500,000 subscribers, so they probably make quite good money on that. So I would say use Patreon if you got a channel that has got a lot of authority and a lot of loyal subscribers. Otherwise, I would try to sell your own products or affiliate products, and or try to get brand deals or sponsorships. Top Shelf saying, I've heard it's best to start off with Patreon, I guess. When you have 1,000 subscribers, you have a huge number of subscribers. I don't quite get the spelling there, but I guess, yeah, 1,000 subscribers. I don't know, that seems like just a small channel. 1,000, I mean, could be, if those subscribers are really loyal, then I would go for it. I mean, it's always going to be, oh yeah, Patreon. Yeah, I assume that. Yeah, I'd say I think it comes down to engagement, loyalty, and I think that, if you start off with Patreon, you got 2 or 3 people that are contributing every month, then you can only build up from there. I think it's, if you're going for Patreon, have a long-term plan to say, next 3 years, I want to build up, say 300 Patreon subscribers. And the good thing about Patreon is get a monthly revenue coming in. So I would say go for it if you got a good channel authority. Yeah, it's true, Daniel. Yeah, depends on the loyalty of your subscribers. Good. Kevin saying, do we get money on views by live streaming? Do we get money on views? Well, if you do live streaming, yeah, do. If the live stream video is monetized, you got to check the monetization. Make sure monetization is activated in your channel, and then also when you do the live stream, you got to check the box for monetization. And YouTube will show ads, during your in your live stream replay. And you'll get a few cents for that. It's not huge, but you get a few more ads than you would for a regular video that's say 5 minutes long or 10 minutes long. And so you'll probably see a small increase in your AdSense revenue, but it's nothing to write home about. But I would say with AdSense revenue, the key there is just you want to get a lot of traffic. So sometimes, even for 1,000 views, you might get maybe $1. So that's so if a video is getting 1 million views, then you can imagine making good money off it. So yeah, some things to keep in mind. I'll just keep one thing. If you have not become a member of the my Facebook group, I've got a Facebook group up that's been up for a while, and people have been joining it. It's at facebook.com/groups/tube video bootcamp. So you're welcome to join that. Ask your questions in there and get feedback on your videos. You're welcome to join that. Another thing about checking your analytics, if you've got the app Creator Studio app, it's called Creator Studio app. You can install that on your phone, and that'll also give you great stats for your particular videos, and it also gives you indication what videos are actually doing the best. So that's another way to look at your analytics, just using your phone. And they have actually different analytics to what you see on YouTube. So some important things to keep in mind when you're trying to increase the audience retention on your videos is, trying to not, I think I mentioned this before, to not compete with other people, but just look competing with yourself. So look at the videos that are doing the best, maybe have the best audience retention scores, or of getting the best rankings. Then create more videos along the same topic. So if you got a video, say on how to treat a dog for fleas. If that's getting a tremendous amount of traffic, then you can do another video on how to clean your dog so that it doesn't get more fleas, or something that's similar to the topic. And a way to find out about that is, if you go to like answerthepublic.com and put your question and put your keyword in there, then it'll give you like hundreds of different questions that people are asking on in the search engines, and then you can just create 50 videos on the same topic, and so that you know that particular video is already getting a lot of traffic, and maybe put it into its own separate playlist, and then you can just follow similar topics that are doing well with that particular video. So you kind of if you put that video at the very top of your playlist, that's already very popular, and then automatically they'll go to the other videos. Oh, thanks, Jesse. Good to see you. Dutchy Tech Tip says, I think having a video like that, need to make more videos on that certain topic, but it's hard to create that content. I don't know what you mean by hard to create the content. Can't remember what kind of content you're producing, but yeah, sometimes difficult to come up with content. But I did a video once on 50 YouTube video ideas, so you can look at that. And, if you can't come up with video ideas, I would say look at your competitors' channels. Also put your keyword into the Google search box, and then put keyword plus articles, and then you'll find a whole bunch of websites on articles on your particular topic. You can also look at forums. Put keyword plus forums, and you'll discover tons of forums. You can also go to Yahoo Answers or Quora. I think it's Quora. Quora, I think it's called. And they you'll discover questions there that people are asking about your particular niche. Yeah, Quora. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, so that's those are some places that you can find questions that people are asking in your particular niche. Just put your keyword in there or ask a question. You'll find similar questions like Yahoo Answers, Quora, etc. This is tutorials based on open source alpha software. Oh, okay. That sounds very specific. I don't know too much about that, so I'm not going to give you any advice on that. But I think same tips apply. Just look for articles or articles that are related to that, or maybe even look at magazines, online magazines, or even magazines that are in your local bookstore. Mike says, I answer a lot of questions on Quora. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, so you can, I guess you drop your video link in there occasionally, Mike. Would that be true? Daniel says, Dutchy Tech Tips, you're on the right track with your videos. How to is highly searchable. That's true. Oh, good. So yeah, so that's a good tip from Mike. Is go to Quora and look for questions there that you can even answer in your niche, and then you can answer them, and then drop your YouTube link in there saying, well, maybe give a teaser answer saying, yeah, I've actually I know a little bit about that, and say, give them a little teaser answer, a couple of sentences, and say, well, if you want a more full explanation, then please click on go to my YouTube YouTube video, or even enter a playlist so they watch a whole bunch of videos. So you can do that in forums, you can do that in Quora, you can do that in Yahoo Answers, you can do that in Facebook groups, etc. So it depends upon how much time you got. You can go all over the place. Another place where you can go to is to see what social media channels are related to your niche is tagboard.com, and you can see if people are on Instagram or is on Twitter, Facebook, etc. in your niche, and then you can go to those particular places and engage with your audience. So the whole thing about YouTube is that you want to build a community. So there are communities outside YouTube that you can engage with, and then they can, if you offer good advice and they see that you know your stuff, then they'll be migrating over to your channel. Maybe they'll subscribe to your channel. Mike says, Cura Q questions and answers. Full answer is shared on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, okay, good idea. Kevin Royce says, it's been 2 years. I'm not much popular on YouTube. Oh, that's a long time, Kevin. Yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely look at your keyword research. Would be one, because that's the foundation for all your. You're saying, how can I become popular? Well, yeah. So I would say, yeah, do your correct keyword research. As I mentioned, go to my video on how to find low competition keywords. That's the foundation for making good videos. And then looking at your thumbnail, looking at the title of your videos, looking at your video content, creating a good hook, and then also engaging, promoting your video. Once you've got it up there, you want to promote it to other places besides YouTube by, as we mentioned before, going to these different forums, Facebook groups, Yahoo Answers, Quora, etc. Wherever your audience hangs out, then you want to get in front of them. Top Shelf says, got to run. Thanks for sharing great information. You're welcome, Top Shelf. Wish you all the best. Daniel says, Kevin, you need to verify your channel so people can see your videos. Then it would change your homepage and add playlists. Okay, that's a great tip. Yeah, so if you want to add a link to your website, you've got to associate your channel with your particular website, and then you can, once you've associated your website, you can actually create use the cards and end screens to link to your website. And actually, along with that, you can actually, I think you can associate up to, I think it's 50 different websites with one particular channel. So you don't have to just associate one website. So you can associate blogspot.com, for instance, one of the Google properties. About 50 YouTube channels you can associate with 50 websites with one YouTube channel. I think that's the number. Mike says, can you please give your Facebook group page name? Yeah, it's tubevideobootcamp.com, tubevideobootcamp, sorry. So facebook.com/groups and /tube video bootcamp. I think I've got a link to that, Mike, in the description, so you can just go and look in the description under this video. I put it in there previously. Verifying your channel really works. You have to, if you verify your channel, then that helps. That kind of unlocks a number of features on your channel. So I think you can do, I don't know all the ones, but yeah, you're welcome, Mike. Yeah, verifying your channel is helpful for custom. I think it's custom thumbnails is one feature, so you can put custom thumbnails, and associated website links is another one there. So, so some things to keep in mind, as I mentioned, don't compete with other people, but compete with yourself. Try to create videos, similar videos to maybe your top videos. If you're stuck for content, then look at your top videos that are in your channel that are doing well, then create more videos along those lines. If you've got a good playlist, getting a lot of traffic, then create more videos and put them into that playlist. Kevin says something new and creative. That's always good. Yeah, something new and creative. And using an official playlist instead of the regular playlist, because the official playlist is promoted to, YouTube promotes those videos in that playlist based upon the viewing history of your viewers. So if you put videos in there, then YouTube will help promote them. And you can only use, only one video can go into that official playlist. Mike says, I have a lot of copycats and I try to, Is that a lot of copycats will try to keep moving? Yeah, so if people are trying to copy, I've noticed that especially in my niche, I have a ton of people that are not copying my videos per se, but definitely they choose the same title. So you're fighting over the same title. So you have to be very creative. If you're in a very competitive niche, you have to look for alternative keywords that people have never thought about. And they may not get more traffic than the popular keywords, but they're definitely much easier to rank for. And they might get less traffic, but then they'll kind of have a snowball effect because you get an accumulation of traffic based upon the low competition keywords, and they often rank better. Oh, good to see you, Andrew Tech. Says, see you once again. Yeah, good to see you. So yeah, looking for those keywords that people never thought about. That's why you got to look for what's called latent semantic indexing words, which is another fancy words for finding similar keywords that your competitors are not using. And of course, if they see them, they'll probably use them as well. But finding keywords that are not being used by your competitors is definitely the way to go. So another good thing is to look for, over the next 28 days, what my question would be to you, the people on this live call, is what is your goal for the next few weeks regarding your channel? Are you trying to get a higher retention rate? Are you trying to get more views? Are you trying to get more subscribers? Are you trying to improve your channel art? What sort of things are you looking to do to improve your particular channel? Mike says they have done away with featured channels and related channels. Can you talk about the new YouTube layouts? I haven't really gone through it so much, Mike, but I know that it's a little bit simpler than the previous layout. But I didn't notice they'd done away with related channels. Yeah, he said they'd done away with featured channels and related channels. So I didn't know that, but I can't give you a whole update on the new channel. I haven't really investigated it much, but I think I saw one video on the new layout. Actually, I've switched to the new layout myself and find it's pretty good. I think a few features are missing. Can't quite remember what they are, but I think when I mentioned when I went to what was it, the subtitles. I did a video recently on subtitles, adding subtitles on new channel layout. I couldn't see the automatic transcriptions immediately, but I had to kind of go look around a bit more. So that's one thing about the new layout. You have the dark theme, so you could have a different color for your theme. I don't particularly like the dark theme. Like to keep it light and bright, but that it just depends on your viewers. So that'll be one thing. I mentioned a tip. I don't know, some people got here a little bit later. So one quick tip regarding testing your audience retention is to hit the number 3 on your keyboard when you first start your video, and then it jumps like 30%, the first 30% of your video. And if people, if people can still figure out what your video is talking about, then that means maybe you're adding too much fluff in the beginning of your video, and that's why you might see a drop off in your absolute audience retention score. So you might want to check that out for your particular videos as you do a kind of a audience retention test and see how that goes. So that was a quick tip I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. Another thing to keep in mind is I mentioned about not signaling or not telegraphing the end of your video. So not telling people, maybe not even giving a summary at the end of your video, because people can always rewind it but to just go straight into your call to action or straight into your end screen. So you want to keep people as long as possible on your video. So yeah, they can watch it again, Mike. That's true. They can just rewind or go back to it, etc. Yeah, you can also, I would say, also include a bit of description, kind of a summary of your video in the description, because some people, they may not necessarily watch it, but they'll watch a little bit of it and then they'll go to the description. So that's your tech tips. Says I summarize most of my videos. So do you mean a summary at the very end? I think if it's very technical and it's a lot of concepts to grasp, then you could say, well, you could just go straight into the summary. Don't say, well, now I want to summarize what I said in the video, but you could just go straight into the summary. So people will say, oh, yeah, I appreciate you. Or you could say, I'm going to highlight the main points, your main takeaways for this particular video. So then you could say, I'm going to give you 3 big takeaways from this video, and then so they'll get those 3 big takeaways at the end of the video. So I think in your case, Dutchie, if you have a very technical video, that might be worth applying. So I'd say those 2 big things: absolute audience retention and relative audience retention, 2 things to really keep an eye on. Dutchie says, well, I say to summarize this video. Yeah, so I can't say yay or nay, but I would say just look at the YouTube analytics and see, if they drop off at that point right before you say it, then you might want to try something else. Or if they continue watching, then keep saying it. Mike says, just like OBS. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess you mean OBS, the dark theme, comparing the dark theme of the new layout on YouTube to the OBS. So yeah, so some people might like that. Mike says, keep reverting back to the classic. Oh, okay, so you're on the new layout, but then you keep going back to the classic one. Yeah, so I think they're rolling that out. I don't think everybody's got the new layout. Ashley Land 123 is on the call. So yeah, if Mr. H channel, I'm just going to quickly take a look at that if he's still here, because I mentioned that I'd take a quick look at that. So I'm going to look at see if you have any more questions, you guys, then let me know and we'll talk about it. Or if you have any more tips. Ooh, I've got Mr. H. I don't see Mr. H channel. Mr. H channel. If Mr. H channel's in the house, then please put your channel name there again. Okay, that you said I was still experimenting with a lot of things. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to find Mr. H channel. Okay, can't really find it here. So I guess if Mr. H, if you're in there, in here, then let me know. If you've got any more questions, then let me know. What are your key takeaways from this live video? That would be my question to you. Like, what would be your key takeaway from this live video, or what are you going to focus on for the next, say, 28 days to increase the audience retention on your future videos? I think for me, the relative audience retention, I've noticed that my latest videos have got over 50% relative audience retention, so I think that's a good thing. So I'm going to try to stay on that same course, or try to get it higher than 50% for each of the videos, and maybe try to improve that. Kevin says, bye, it's getting late, 12:40 in the middle of the night. Oh, okay. Hey, thanks, Kevin, for dropping by, and have a great sleep. I guess you're from India, so about 9.5 hours ahead of this time. So that's amazing. Dutchy Tech Tips do consulting like Daryl Eves does. Yeah, I do some consulting. Dutchy Tech Tips. Yeah, you can just go to my About page and then contact me through the About page on my YouTube channel. Mike says, I didn't get the typing 3 while the video is running. Can't you go over it again? Oh, can you go over it again? Yeah, just when you're watching a video, beginning of the video, hit number 3 on the keyboard and it'll jump to, it'll skip the first 30% of your video. And that will, if you can still understand what your video is saying, what the content is about, by skipping that first 30%, that means people don't really have to watch the first 30%. And so you might look at your YouTube analytics and notice that there's a trough there or a dip, in the first 30 seconds or a minute, and you might want to then tighten up your intro. So it's just I forget what they call it, something like what's it called? The Wadsworth constant. I kind of read about it the other day. Never heard of it, but I tried it, so I thought I'd mention it here. And Dutchy Tech Tips, it says you can skip 10 to 90%. Didn't know that feature existed. Yeah, I didn't know either. Mike says doing a collab with Sweden. You mean Sweden the country or Sweden the person? Yeah, collabs are good. Collabs are good for watch time. So say for instance you do a collaboration with another channel. So they start off on your channel and you say, hey, go to Mike's channel to check out his videos. So then they start off on your video on your channel, then they go over to Mike's channel and they'll watch 20 videos on his channel. Then your video gets credit for session watch time, for starting off that particular session watch time. Oh, person. Oh, okay. Yeah. So collaborations is a great thing. I haven't done one yet, so that's probably on my list. First one. Yeah. So let us know how it goes, Mike. Definitely want to hear about that. Always the first time's a tough one, but you got to test it somehow and get out of your comfort zone. I think I like live streaming. I wasn't going to do it, and I thought, hey, what the heck? You got to get out of your comfort zone. So it's kind of fearful, kind of nervous, but after you do it, then hey, that wasn't as bad. You didn't die or you didn't cry or whatever, and so you can definitely go for it. Dutchy Tech Tips, very hard to collabs. Yeah, maybe in your niche, Dutchy might be isn't so techie. Niche might be kind of tough. So, but other channels may be good. Mike says, hope to do more. We use Skype to record. Hey, that's a great thing to do. Yeah, I would, if you're on a Mac, then you can use what's it called? What the heck is it? Gosh. I forget what it's called, but you can, if you got a Mac, then you can use the recording device on the Mac that's got it kind of built in. Kind of escaped me at the moment. Ashra Vlogs. Okay. Mike says I'm on on a Mac. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, with Mac you can record, but Skype would be a great thing to use for recording. I use a ScreenFlow for recording, so you can do that with that also. Okay, if you've got any more questions, then let me know. Skype is not very good at times. Yeah, well, I guess you got to kind of take that risk. So I mentioned that if you're not a subscriber, then click the subscribe button on the channel, and if you want to get notifications about future live videos, then hit the bell notification. And if you got any particular takeaways, what's your main takeaway from this live recording? Probably the next one is probably going to talk a bit more about how to get more traffic to your particular videos. If you got any suggestions for topics, then let me know also. But I think that it says records 5 minutes at a time. Wow, that's not very long, Mike. Yeah, if your live video is going to be longer than that, that's not very long. I think the another one I've heard about, Mike, is the Ecamm Live. I don't know if you heard about that, but that's I think that's for Facebook Live, but and it might also be for YouTube, so you might want to check out that one. It's a very kind of popular one. Oh, edited version is about 30 minutes. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by and on the live video. If you've got any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, I wish you all the best for the weekend. And yeah, keep in mind that the audience retention, watch time is the top ranking factor on YouTube. So if you increase the watch time, definitely keep an eye on your audience retention score on the graph. My goal is definitely to shoot for a higher relative audience retention than 50%, because I've noticed that the videos do better because they, compared to other videos of the same length. So if you're doing better than other videos of the same length, that's a good sign. So I would say that'd be a good goal to shoot for. And yeah, stop by the Facebook group, ask any questions in there. Mike says, for next one, can you talk about the new YouTube layout? Yeah, thanks for that suggestion, Mike. I'll take a look at it. And yeah, so thanks everyone, and I wish you have a great day, a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.